Okay, so just some basics. How will you solve the first equation here?
Um, is it just algebra? Am I solving for x?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6x plus 12, I'll do 6x and then minus 12 on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it equals 6x equals negative 72. And then I'll divide 6 on both sides, then x would equal 12, negative 12.
Okay. How about number two?
X.
Right.
I do, I'd add 8 to both sides, so x over 5 equals 10. And then I would multiply 5 by both sides. And then the fives on the left would cancel out, and then the x equals 50.
Okay, good. This last one here.
Add minus 1 on both sides, so 2/3 x equals 8. And then hmm, I'd multiply 3 on both sides, so then I'd get 2x equals 24, and then x equals 12. Hmm.
Yep. Okay. Now, just some terminology. A point is just a dot. That's pretty simple. A line looks like this. It has an infinite amount of points. So,
Okay,
I mean, you can't really see them, but if you just did a bunch of dots, like these really tiny, dots, and it's infinite. And all you really need to make a line is just 2 points.
yeah,
So you have 2 points, and you just draw, something like that, and they have to have the two arrows. Now, array is a little different.
that only goes one way, right? It's not,
Correct. You have an endpoint and
and
an
then
another point, but you go through the second point, so it looks like this. Ah, geez, I can't do B here. Or you can do this, like that.
okay,
A line segment, and by the way, array also has an infinite set of points. There's a bunch of dots. Line goes with a line segment, but they have two endpoints.
okay,
So you don't have the arrows. It just ends both to the left and to the right. So you got endpoints there.
okay.
A plane, it's like a piece of paper, but it extends forever. And as long as you have 3 points, you can form a plane. Like a triangle is a plane. A
Okay.
square is a plane. Anything with three or more shapes, sorry, three or more sides is a plane.
So a plane is just a shape?
It's anything that has two dimensions and
What?
just has some sort of shape to it. It could be a
What?
triangle or anything more than four or anything more than three sides.
Okay.
And very important. 3 points define a plane. And it does extend forever, just like how a line extends forever.
Okay.
Collinear means all the points are on the same line.
So a line is collinear.
Correct.
Okay. And then mm,
Um, Coplanar means all the points along the same plane. So, like for example, S and P are collinear because they're on the same line. But
Okay.
like V, S, T don't all fall on the same line, but they're all on the same plane.
Okay.
Um, for line N, you can say it's like PQ if you want to call it that,
And
or you
then,
can reverse and call it QP.
oh, you can do that, just reverse it.
They're the same thing, right?
Okay, collinear,
Yeah, I
SP.
already gave you an example like VST.
No, isn't that coplanar?
Oh, sorry, SPT. My bad. I didn't read carefully. But VST could be coplanar.
Okay.
So here, given another name for GH, so what
H
can you say about that one?
HG.
Yeah, or you say GJ also.
Okay.
Segment. Sorry, I didn't see that. Right, HG, right.
Okay. And then name all the rings with endpoint G. F, E, G, and H.
Well, you say JE.
J, E, J, G, J, F.
Yeah, JF. JG and JH, right? We know this we say FE. For D, what would you say?
D,
Hmm.
J, J, H, the same ring. H, J. No, wait.
No, and that's because they have different endpoints. Notice they'll abbreviate quite a bit.
Okay.
I gotta stop eating. I'm gonna food coma. So, all right. But the answer for E is HJ and HG is yes. That's because they're the same endpoint and they go in the same direction. And they had
Okay.
okay. Then so questions so far.
No.
Okay. Intersections when you have points in common. Um, so if you have two,
Wait, so on the last problem with that other one, the intersection would be J.
for E.
Yeah, for this like these lines here, would the intersection be J?
Oh yeah, of course, for those two lines, yes. Yeah, for line EF, yes, correct. I know what you're
Okay.
talking about exactly. Yeah, for line EF and line HG, I'll call it POI for short, is J. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So an intersection can occur between 2 points, yes. That would be a line. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Let me read the question carefully. Oh, okay. Wait, what? An intersection can occur between 2 points. That's a typo. It should be two lines. Yeah. Okay. That was weird. Yeah, because if you have two lines, that's clearly an intersection, right? For planes, it's a little tricky, but you can see down here. Here you have plane A
The M?
and plane B. Actually, it's going to be line K.
Oh, because it's like in the middle of
Yeah,
the
because it's like the crease. Like if you took two pieces of paper and kind of ripped them in the middle, and then like kind of brought those pieces of paper like kind of like this, that crease there, um,
then it'll be K.
correct. It'd be line K, right? But for two lines, it would just be a point, unless they're the same line to coincide, or two lines are parallel, then they would never touch. Um, so here, the intersection of PQ and line K, obviously it's M, or we say point M. That's line K.
Okay.
The intersection of line K and plane A. Um, well, that would be line K itself, because line K is on plane A.
Okay.
Okay, so that covers the first lesson. I'm not sure we'll get to all seven of these today, because that's a lot, but definitely get to half of this. But we'll see. Maybe we'll move a little faster. For GJ, the length of it, obviously that's 16.
Okay, yeah, just add them.
Yeah, Cam's easy. That's 36.
21,
21, right? Here you take the difference. It's 19.
11,
Mm-hmm.
and
42.
yeah. Right.
Okay. Pretty simple. Yeah, it's pretty simple there. EF.
You just graph the points and then that's it.
Yeah, pretty simple. Okay, so let's go through 9 through 14. Um, are you able to write on the screen?
Uh, no, wait.
You should see like
Where?
an icon for annotate with a little pencil
See my annotation.
symbol. Yeah, if you can go and try 9 through 14, just figuring out those the lengths of each of those segments. I just need to use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Roshan! Roshan! Dad! Somebody! Hello! Dad! Can you give me water?
Okay, let's take a look. JK, 5, good. KL, 4, good. LM, 6, good. JL, 9, good. JM, 15. KM, 10, perfect. Good, okay. I'll do some more here. The diagram points P, Q, R, and S are collinear, okay. The whole thing is 46. PR is 18. PQ equals S, so these are each 9 then.
Then this is
That's be 28.
um, US would be
Yeah,
38.
because once we kind of dissect this and we can answer all these questions pretty easily, right?
Yeah. Should I solve 19 and 20 and 28?
Yeah, let's go down. Yeah, go and try those really fast. Well, actually, I'll do the first one with you. So it's pretty obvious that you're going to add these two.
Yeah. Then to solve, so 6.
Correct, right?
Okay, should I do number 20?
Sure, good. Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, and we call that segment addition postulate for short SAP, which means you're adding two segments and it equals a whole segment, like LM plus MN, right? Of course equals LN. So, okay, you're traveling on a highway. Um, starting at point A, after you travel 63 miles, you see a sign that says 87 miles to point B. Or sorry, you see a sign that says it is 87 miles um, when you reach point B, and you see a sign that says 87 miles to your destination point. Wait, hold on, wait, what? After you travel 63 miles, you see a sign that says, okay, that seems, okay, sorry, that just seems weird the way it's written. Fine, I mean, that's easy. That's just 150.
I'll just add them.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's pretty simple. We got there pretty fast, actually. Okay, definitely 1.3 is good because that talks about midpoint distance formula. Okay. Yeah, and maybe we get through 1.4 and then kind of stop after today. So for here, you want to multiply both sides by 2.
Yeah.
Again, pretty simple, right? How do you
Okay.
think I should handle 2 now?
So I would write, wouldn't I get two answers?
Correct, right.
So x minus 2 and then x plus 2 both equal 6. And then for the minus one, x would equal 4. And for the plus one, x would equal 8. So x equals 4 and 8.
Yeah, x equals, wait, sorry, say again. X equals what?
4 and 8.
No, because that wouldn't make sense. Because what's 4 minus 2?
Oh, yeah.
I know what you did wrong. You first did this, right? Which is
Yeah.
correct. Or you did this. You did x plus 2 equals 6.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a mistake you made. X minus 2 itself equals 6 or negative 6. You don't change the sign inside. You could, if you want, change the sign inside, but you have to change the sign of X as well. And you can do that, I suppose, if you want. But I would much prefer to, what's happening is that you remembered a procedure and you got that procedure mixed up. So what that tells me that you're not fully understanding what the absolute value means. The absolute value means this, that X minus 2 is 6 away from 0. X minus 2 is 6 away from 0 on a number line.
Okay.
So clearly X minus 2 could equal 6 or it could equal negative 6. If you think about that conceptually, then you'll get the right answer. What's happening is that you probably remember in school, oh yeah, X minus 2 equals 6, and then let's change the sign on the inside, but you had to negative X plus 2 equals 6. And again, that's where you got things mixed up. That's why I much prefer to teach in a way where it's, hey, X minus 2 equals 6 or X minus 2 equals negative 6. Okay, lastly, with you about number 3.
Okay. So, I would minus 25 on both sides.
No, I square root actually right away.
Oh yeah. Could have done that.
And you solve by square rooting, you want to put plus or minus. So you could now, if you wanted to, you could subtract the 25. I don't fault you for that. What are we going to do after that then?
Uh, factor it and then x.
Okay. Okay. Actually, you know what? I think it might have been better if you did it that way because I don't think you would have made an error. Because some students, when they square root both sides, they forget to put plus or minus. But that's a great example of why you got to put the plus or minus when you do it this way right now. Because you see, oh, there has to be two answers, you know? So yeah. Okay, bisect means to cut in half. And anything can cut a segment in half. So AM is a segment. Sorry, AB is a segment. And right now, point M is cutting in half, but line could cut in half, or another segment, or array, whatever, or point. In this case, point M is cutting in half. Um, so here, in a skateboard design, VW bisects XY. Actually, I think they bisect each other, but we'll just say that for now. So definitely XT and TY are the same. So if XT is 39.9, then TY is also 39.9.
Okay.
And of course, the whole thing will be 39.9 times 2, or 39.9 plus 39.9. So XY will be 79.8. So there we go. Now here's the thing, because VM equals MW,
Okay, yeah. So now just 4x minus 1 equals dx plus d. Yeah. How do you know it's 4?
I just did this math in my head. So subtract 3x from both sides and add 1. So um,
Oh, yeah.
for part B, again, they equal each other. So 5x minus, so PM.
X plus 4. So then 18, 2.
X equals 2. Okay. So midpoint is simply the average of 2 points. So notice how you have R, which is one endpoint, and S is another endpoint. The midpoint is simply the average of the X and Y coordinates. So essentially what we want to do is you want to do 1 plus 4 divided by 2, comma -3 plus 2 divided by 2. So it'll be 5 halves, comma -1 half.
Just input the points, right?
Yeah, just with the coordinates.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, there's a formula, but really just think about it, you're just averaging, right? You're just adding the two coordinates and dividing by 2. Or sorry, averaging is divided by 2. So you're adding them up and dividing by 2.
Okay.
So 3 comma 4 is your endpoint here. Sometimes if you just draw, that helps. You could just see it. But if you think about 1 plus 5 over 2 equals 3, 2 plus 6 divided by 2 equals 4. And again, by drawing, see, it kind of helps. Actually, I think I messed up here. Yeah, it looks like it'll be 2 comma crap. This is really hard to draw. Hold on. Um, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. So I think you just average it. We should be better.
And just graph it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it comes in decimals. It gets a little hard to see. Last one worked out really nicely. Say 1.5 comma 1.
That's the answer.
Oh, wait 1 sec. I messed up. Sorry, I messed up. Um, W is an endpoint. -1, -2 is a midpoint. My apologies.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, my apologies. So if you think about it, okay, so here's V. So 4 is 5 away from -1, so you have to go 5 away the other direction. I know I didn't do the scale. And then 4 is 6 higher than -2, so I have to go 6 below -2, so -8. So another way to think about it is that 4 plus x2 divided by 2 equals -1. Or also could do this. 4 plus y2 will be -8. Then find length of RS. 4 minus 2 squared plus -1 minus 3 squared.
Wait, why
That's,
is
so
why?
that's distance formula. So if you plug in the x coordinates and the y coordinates, actually, let's do this first. Let's plot the points. 2 comma 3.
Mm, okay, and then just plot the points. Oh, it's just the Pythagorean theorem. Oh yeah,
So what theorem am I using here?
Pythagorean theorem.
Correct, right. So 3 squared plus 2 squared.
9 plus 4 equals 13.
Correct.
So C is 13 squared.
So C is root 13.
Yeah, 13.
Correct. Or you can use this formula here, which is really the same thing because you're subtracting the x coordinates. So you're doing 4 minus 2.
Will that also give us?
Correct, right. It's just a formula that some people like to use. But people get really confused because they see so many symbols like x1, x2, y1, y2, square symbols, square roots, pluses, parentheses. Like they get kind of flustered if they don't have the formula given to them.
Yeah.
But it's really just Pythagorean theorem. If you just plot the points, connect the 2 points, and then make that the hypotenuse of the right triangle and draw the legs of the right triangle, and then determine the lengths of those legs, we're okay. And so, um, wait, oh crap, I make a mistake. I'm sorry. That should have been 4, not 3.
What should have been?
Yeah, my apologies. The length was 4 for the vertical leg was 4, not 3.
That'll be 16 plus 9. Oh, then it'll be 25.
Correct.
And it's you'd equal 5.
So you get 2 root 5. Yeah, I caught myself because when I actually plugged in the formula, I figured, okay, I made a mistake. So let's try one more here. I'll plot the points. I'll have you figure it out. So you don't really need to use this if you don't want to. You can just plot the points.
Okay. And then just do all that. Okay.
Okay, cool. How long is the horizontal leg?
2.
Careful.
Is that 2? Is that 2?
No, it's 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would that be right? Because that's out of the, the triangles or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, you got it. Okay. So now you're good at distance formula. So we could probably just do this last worksheet. I don't think we'll do 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. I'll close this for now. So going back to your textbook here. Um,
Oh,
yeah. Definitely the midpoint this formula. Let's see what this is all about. Yeah, we're not going to be doing construction, so I mean, find links to segments. I think we could do that. I'll be somewhat judicious about what I assign for that. Um,
so you're gonna like give me homework for
I
next?
will. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah, we're not going to do. Yeah, we'll do that next week. The second half of chapter 1, which is fine. That's totally fine. It's not a problem. But hold on. Let's see angles. Yeah, I suppose we could talk about that.
okay, so since you teach chemistry, I was thinking that every week we like do switch.
What we could do is or what we could do is I still want to do the second half chapter 1 with you next week, but I could probably do it in a half hour and start some chemistry next week, and then we could do more chemistry. We'll make sure that we'll dedicate time for that next week.
Okay, but next
But I think next week what I want to do is I want to do half hour geometry, half hour chemistry,
okay, so
and then
two
maybe we could do more chemistry in the third week, something like that.
okay.
Okay, so really quickly here, this should be pretty short.
Right.
Write 3 names for angle shown here.
Um,
So you can call it angle E because E is the vertex,
okay.
and the sides are clearly
DE EF.
what you would say ED as a ray,
Oh, EF as a
and
ray
EF also as a ray.
would D
Angle DF or angle FED?
Use the diagram to measure each angle. D, E
So DFE,
with 30 degrees.
30 degrees,
AFB, 130.
is 50 degrees.
Oh yeah. Oops. CFE, 100.
Good.
And AFE, 180.
Correct. Which, by the way, we call straight angle because it makes a line.
Yeah.
If it's 90 degrees, called right angle.
And then a line is a line.
We
One,
call straight angle because
okay.
it's straight. If it's less than 90, we call it acute. I'm not sure you've heard that before.
And then obtuse. Yeah.
Obtuse is more 90 kick it. So you know that. Okay. Um, for here, obviously, PRS is, this is called, we call it AAP for short angle addition postulate. So if you add that up, that will be 123 degrees.
PRS would be 123.
Exactly. So I'm adding both 81 and 42 together.
Oh, okay.
Here, EFG would be 56 degrees.
And then this would be 50.
WXC would be 64 degrees. Okay, let's keep going.
No, given these, ADC.
So they both have to add up to the whole thing.
Wait, so for 7, X, is that right? Would that be right?
Correct, right. And so 18x equals 126.
And then
Should be 7, I think.
what is
I think it's 7.
okay. Mm,
I'm here. The whole thing's 78. So, of course, 8x plus 7. So, does that make sense how I got x?
yeah, it's just add it in algebra
But what is the question? What?
to find to find P or Q
Right. So then what I do is I plug 6 into here.
into, yeah.
I should get 23 degrees.
Okay. Mm.
So bisect means cut in half. So that's also 39. That's also 57. And if this whole thing's 146, then each of these are 73 degrees.
Okay.
Then here, since you're bisecting cutting in half, so these have to equal each other.
But this one too, they're equal to me?
So 2x equals 8, x equals 4. So if I want to measure ABC, the whole thing, I got to find each one individually, which is going to be 22 plus 22.
44.
So you get 44 degrees, right? So what I could do now is work out 15 and 16.
Okay. X minus 8x is the x 5. Again, 55, 40, 3, 43, 43, 86. Okay.
See here. Good. Okay. Yeah, we'll just, there's our last one here.
Okay. -4, -9, x plus 9. So 106, 6, 8, 2, 81. Yeah. Wait, is it? Hold on. Hold on. 40, 53, 81. 81 minus 23 is 58. That's wrong. 8, 1, cool. Okay.
So yeah,
What?
58 degrees for each of them. So if you add it up, you should get 116, I think.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. Oh, yeah. I accidentally did,
Right.
I did 8 times 5 for this one. Okay.
All right, perfect. So this is a good place to stop for today. Um, so for homework, I'll sign some stuff from that textbook. I'll do it later this afternoon because I got a lot going on tomorrow. So I'll definitely make sure I do that. And then we'll meet next Tuesday around the same time if that works for you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, let me go and stop the video.